to talk about a really big award that they got and the light that it's now shining on their organization. So Jeff is with Coding for Veterans, the executive director. Now, what's Coding for Veterans? Maybe you had no idea before, but then you find out they put a float in the Rose Parade in Pasadena, California, New Year's Day. This is a massive tradition.
Yeah, there's some pretty massive floats there.
Huge parade.
Like, everything is covered with flowers, right? Is there
Beautiful.
like a flower limit? Like a minimum?
I don't know. We can find out. But his organization and this Canadian float won the international category. So that's pretty cool. And like you said, shines a light on their organization and perhaps on the judging criteria for the parade. Jeff, good morning. How you doing?
Morning. How you guys doing?
We're a little punchy, but we're otherwise pretty good.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Congratulations. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, our program, Coding for Veterans, launched in Canada, and we help military veterans retrain for jobs in software development and cybersecurity. The program's delivered 100% online through the University of Ottawa, and funding for tuition, in most instances, is provided through Veterans Affairs Canada. And we actually had a number of American veterans reach out to apply to our program, but there was no mechanism for it to be covered by the GI Bill. So we've now partnered in with the University of Southern California, and our program is now GI Bill fundable, and we have U.S. military veterans. And in order to announce that launch, we had a float in the Rose Bowl parade on January 1st.
Yeah, I guess there's no better way to advertise than it's televised everywhere, the Rose Bowl parade. It is a big deal.
Yeah, it's 75 million people watched us on TV, and about 1 million were on the sides of the parade route rooting us along.
Well, the competition to win the international prize in this parade, did you have consultants? What did you come up with? What did your float look like, and why did it win?
It was very interactive. And in fact, this parade has been in existence for 135 years. And so with our float, it really took our program and brought it to life. So you had a moving helicopter with the rotors. You had a jet engine which had flares coming out of the engine, and really in the middle was a laptop screen which told the story of Coding for Veterans. And our float was actually one of the most interactive floats because we had QR codes on the side of it made out of roses. So as the float went down Colorado Boulevard, people were able to take out their phones, scan the QR code, and find out about our program.
Is there a mandate that there has to be flowers on every float? Because I'm just looking at a picture of your float right now, and yeah, you got the mandated flowers.
Put it this way: it can only be natural ingredients, or flowers and what have you. When you see that helicopter, that's actually made out of ground up parsley, right?
What?
We installed 33,582 roses on this float within 72 hours prior to the beginning of the parade. The white you see there, that's all ground up coconut. I think there's something like 10,000 carnations. So everything has to be natural on that float.
So I would think your investment was rather high. Do you think you got good value for your investment? I don't know how much this thing cost, but it must have been a penny.
Put it this way, we received over 350 applicants to the program within 24 hours of us being in the parade, and that normally takes 3 to 4 months.
Wow, just because you were seen by that many people, whether they were on the ground or on television.
Yeah, and honestly, about a quarter of those were Canadian. So when you look at it, yeah, sometimes you have to, go on a global stage. And this also, is a great opportunity for Canadian veterans that are interested in retraining in software development, cybersecurity. If they're interested, our program is delivered 100% online. So it's a great pathway to a great career.
And are you funded by the vets? Like, do they pay to become part, or does the government pay for a vet in particular to get involved in your program?
So we're a nonprofit, and in fact, the veterans funding comes directly from Veterans Affairs to the veteran, and then the tuition's paid directly to the University of Ottawa. In terms of our program, we're supported through corporations, their corporate social responsibility, placement contributions from these organizations, everything from Canada's big banks to defense contractors to large multinational corporations.
What do you get for winning? Because it would seem, what if you didn't win? Well, would that investment been all for naught? No, of course not, because the eyes were still on your float. But what did you get for winning?
So for us, we got a lot of things. Number one, I'm talking to you fine people this morning, right? So you had that. They provide us really a personalized promotion for the past 2 days at what's called Float Fest, right? And that's where people are able to come and see the winning floats up close, take their pictures with them. And really, I think yesterday we interacted with something like 60,000 people ended up coming through the doors at Float Fest to see all the winners.
Yeah, I guess take your photos before all the flowers die and wilt. Yeah. But I highly recommend going on your Instagram account, Coding for Veterans, and that's a letter or a number for veterans, and you can see sort of the close-up perspective on your float. A lot of work went into this, obviously. Did you do all that work, or did you hire somebody to do that?
Believe it or not, it was all volunteers, including myself and some members of our team. I want to say there was over 500 people that helped bring this float to life. And a lot of them were military veterans and alumni also from the University of Ottawa, the University of Southern California. And you'd be surprised to know there's over 1 million Canadians in the state of California. So we had a lot of Canadians out there working on, putting those roses on that float.
I always do this because I can't help myself. Even with the volunteers, I still want to know how much it cost. What was the investment? It sounds like it was worth it, but what does it cost to get a float into that parade, building and entry?
Put it this way, we're still tallying the numbers, but I can tell you it's north of 200,000. So.
Okay.
Wow. Well, just all those flowers alone. I don't know where you're getting all those flowers for every single one of the parade entries. And the parsley.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know what? It all comes from South America at this time of the year in Southern California. And it's really, and honestly, this float is a tribute to the men and women that have served in uniform. And so it was really heartwarming and touching as this float was going down Colorado Boulevard. And I don't know if you've seen any of the TV coverage, but people in the stands were getting up and saluting the veterans on the float.
Very nice.
Very nice. Thanks so much, Jeff. I really appreciate your time, and congratulations once again.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, well done.
That's Jeff Musson, Coding for Veterans Executive Director, and you can obviously find out more on their Instagram page and, of course, their website as well, codingforveterans.com. .com. Yes. Here it is. I want to give some factual information, but it sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, a ton of work. But hey, again, well worth the number of eyeballs that got on that thing and the awareness for their organization. Very cool.
And now we're talking to them, and they're all over Global News as well. So